Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
I love Ben Riley.
That's right, kids. Getting another Scarlet Spider episode. You didn't get much Spider-Man this month because Will was on vacation, but she'll be back in a few days. Until then, welcome back. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, you may know him as Chuck Dixon's PR man. It is Dangerous Dave Finn.
Hello. And pleasure to be here, as always, with you, Phil, and with you, Ray. And Chuck Dixon is going to be on Signal of Doom this week.
Nice.
We've got a ton of questions from the audience for Chuck. And this is just the first of a trilogy of interviews that I'm doing over the next month with various people. But Chuck, we've got plenty to discuss. And I will say, brief teaser, we're going to go back to that couch in the late 70s with him and Robert Kanigher on the couch and what they discussed. We're going to get right into that conversation between two greats of DC. So, there's a lot going on.
And you may know him from his many podcasts or from his many bouts in the Marvel Snap Championship. It is Ray.
Hey, not Marvel Snap Championship, Phil. Marvel Champions. It's a game of champions for champions.
How much are they paying you, Ray? Are you a paid ambassador for this?
I wish they'd pay me. I wish they'd pay me in games. I wish they'd pay me in cards. More cards, more games.
Yeah. Wowee.
Actually, pay me in sleeves.
I just picture you now. You're like a professional on the gaming circuit of this thing. Like it's just taken over your life, man. You know,
I tell you, boys, it's you thought comics was bad. Buying card sleeves and stuff. It's an expensive trade as well, and you have your creme de la creme of card sleeves, which are premium. They don't split. They're easy to shuffle. They got a good feel to the fingertips. But you know me, I go for mid tier. I go for something that just works.
Mid tier, I like it. Workmanlike.
That's it. Well, I'll lie, actually.
I don't want to say he's obsessed, but he's talking about how good it feels on his fingers and stuff. And I mean,
like, forget about the wife and kids. Ray's just full time all the time on this now. Like, you know,
it's great. I hustle on the street, Dave.
Lucky you're making time for this, man. You know,
I could see him sitting there. I mean, you ever see those guys sitting there during the World Series of Poker? You know, they got the sunglasses on. That's him. He's just sitting there on
100%. He's got the aviators on.
That's old. Oh, I have aviators. Don't worry about that. The old hat stuff. Those guys are hacks. I'm the real deal.
The real deal.
Hey, Ray, don't forget your first loves, you know, podcasting, comics, and
Batman. My favorite character.
Yeah,
that's it.
Don't get me started.
Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman.
I think there's only about 4 people in the world who care about Spider-Woman, and you're one
of them. That's shots fired. Spider-Woman is beloved.
She's all right. She's okay.
She's good.
I mean, someone has to do a podcast on her. So,
the Spider Babies.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who is Spider-Woman now? Who is the name of the person?
What, Jessica Drew? What
is that? Is that it? Okay, I knew there was a few. I saw one in the shops the other day. Marvel Legends Spider-Woman, who wasn't Jessica Drew. It was someone else.
Oh,
was it Julia Carpenter?
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been
the black suit.
Yeah, I thought of you, Ray. I thought of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. As long as you weren't thinking of me with. Yeah, it's good. It's good that you don't think of me when you see Guns and Blow. So that's
right.
To answer your question that you haven't asked yet, yes, I have sacrificed a Khonshu. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good. With a topless Marlene at the ceremony. I hope.
That made me laugh out loud on a bus on the way to Kings today.
Yeah. Wow.
Dave sends me a message. Topless Marlene.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Well,
crazy
I mean,
stuff.
It's how she should be remembered and thought of.
The hard master.
Not me, Phil. Not me. It's Dave.
You know,
So, Phil, how
she's
have
good.
you been? Dave,
Yeah, how are
Phil,
you
how have
doing?
you been? Have you been going good?
Good. Just trucking
Yeah.
along with the rest of the team, awaiting Lil Hellfire's return since she's been off in the month
Ah,
of September, on vacation. So
the armadillo, queen of the armadillos. You'll be back.
yeah. So she'll be
Wow.
back next. She's going to be back next week. So yes,
Oh,
she'll be
that'd be
Is she
cool.
on like a
fully
vision
rested.
quest into the desert or something?
Something. Well, I mean, she's living down in Mexico now. So yeah,
Yeah,
she's pretty much in the
Oh, she's
desert.
no
Yeah.
longer the queen of armadillos. What is she now? Queen of tequila.
Chasing a worm.
Chasing that worm.
I think she was always the queen of the
I think she was always chasing that worm, Dave, as well. So you know.
Whoa!
Very hard, very tempting.
That's funny.
So,
Well,
so
God bless
yeah,
her.
God bless her. Yeah, can't wait to hear her back on the airwaves. She's really, she's cool. She,
I know that's like last
I mean,
night. That's like last night. Justin was like, "What's she been up to?" I'm like, "I don't know." So we'll all find that together.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
love it.
taking nothing away with you, it's always fun to listen to yourself and Justin as well, of course.
Oh yeah.
But Lilith,
Yeah, we
she's,
recorded 2 Marvel Tales last night. We did the first
Ghost Rider.
the first couple issues of the original 1990s Ghost Rider, and then we did the first 3 issues of Hellstorm, Prince of Lies from the 90s.
Yeah, sorry, I missed that. I saw on Facebook, like I saw you guys the video. It's like, oh, cool, you're live streaming. Then I saw it 9 hours ago. It's like, bloody
I've got
time
a question.
zones.
I've got a question,
Yeah.
Phil, and this is for listeners as well. Because I know you guys are so.
Because you speak for the people, Dave. I know. All
I
right,
do.
so-
I'm a man of the
Yeah, he's
people.
People's voice.
Yeah,
People's
that's
poet.
it. So I know that you guys are always on the video, but like obviously some of us listen on audio. So do all your shows go onto the Capes and Lunatics podcast audio feed?
Yeah. Because I'll just we'll record it live and then I'll put it up on YouTube first. But yeah, then then eventually they all go into the podcast.
I'm going to make some fucking changes in my life and get more on top of this stuff because
Cue it up, Dave.
Loose
Cue it up, Dave. Cue it up on the catcher.
I bounce in, I bounce out.
Oh, you mean listening, or I thought or for your own show? What are you talking about?
My own show's going my own show's
I know.
Yeah,
I think Dave's talking about listening.
Oh yeah.
No, I want to check in more because I like to feel the pulse. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
And that's what I like to do. And Ray knows this. And I like to chime in every now and then. But I'm a busy man with a lot of contacts. But I need to get more in touch.
You're a pop culture expert. I mean, you have the.
I would say I'm a pop culture phenomenon. I'm some of the stuff we've got into recently on the show. I'll mention this. So hear this. So Kurt Swan, the Superman artist. So I got into a deep dive with Richard last night, and I said we need to get some answers on this issue. And I said, has he got any relatives that are alive? And he was married in 1944, and I did the calculations. If his wife was 18 in 1944, she's roughly 96 now. Is she of mental? A, is she alive? We don't know. B, if alive, would she have the mental capacity and knowledge to go back to an issue that he did in the late 70s with my very specific questions? This is the kind of stuff we're getting involved in now, deep stuff. And I send Richard out to do some of the investigations, and I sometimes find his research substandard, as I've told him. And, it needs to get deeper. And you're over there in the States, Phil. We need to, the family members, the lineage must know something.
Catch me in the summer.
Yeah,
I've asked myself that question because I love the works of Mark Grunwald, who passed away in the late 90s. I'm like, if I contacted his wife, would she, how deeply does she was she into his work and stuff?
And who knows? It's one of two options. Either sometimes they're almost like a co-creator, or B, they know zero and it's just the job that's bringing in the money. I know Steve Dillon's partner is heavily involved, who passed away.
Oh, who?
Steve Dillon, the artist.
Oh, yeah.
The UK artist. His partner is highly involved in sort of promoting and publicizing his, vast amount of art in exhibition style stuff. So she's quite knowledgeable. And I know other partners are like Mike Grell's wife or partner, whatever the hell she was. I was chatting to her and she was heavily connected. But the problem is with Kurt Swan, she's 96 at least. And is she alive? I have my doubts. We certainly haven't heard much of her in recent years, have we, Ray?
No, she's been
silent.
She's been just living her life. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a stretch.
Well, again,
with the wives, the better halves, no way. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and again, the really you see a lot of 90-some-year-olds on social media and stuff, Dave. Yeah.
Well, Don Perlin.
Oh,
still
Don
rolling.
Perlin.
Don Perlin's the man. Yeah, come on.
Don Perlin is the man. I was going to say, though, as I said to Richard, we always have the seance, and that's never far away. And we can always dabble in the dark arts. Like I'm not afraid to. I certainly have before. So, get it down on the crossroads, Ray. Maybe get Conchu involved, Ray. He's got to know something.
I'm happy to sacrifice another virgin for you, Dave.
Definitely. It's just harder and harder to find them these days.
Whoa!
Believe me, I've searched. Anyway,
Pumpy.
Taking a few off the list, Dave, as well, haven't you?
Scarlet
Taking a few off the
Spider,
list.
issue 5.
Whoa!
Rumpy Pumpy.
All right.
Yes.
Scarlet Spider number 5. Yes.
Issue 5. Yeah.
I have something to mention. Am I correct in saying the writer of this is Christopher Yost?
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
So did you know? We did this on the Signal last week. I believe he has a new comic out from Vault Comics, and they put out free issues to retailers of the first issue of the comic, which the retailers can sell for cover price or below. And I believe they shifted something along the realms of about 170. So a promotional free issue from Vault Comics, and Christopher Yost was the writer. So there you go. A bit of, and it's his kind of return to comic books. I think he's been busy doing other stuff.
Did a bit of Lois Laning there, Dave.
Well, she's my idol, as we all know. Lois Lane and Nancy Drew. Just looking to solve that murder.
How about Angela Lansbury? Murder She Wrote.
That'll be my later years, Ray. That'll be my later years. My retirement plan.
Jessica Fletcher. I think that was her name.
Jessica Fletcher in Cabot Cove. Yes. We all remember her.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Seen many episodes, Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She always got a man.
Yeah. It says Christopher Yost works in film, television, and animation too. So I mean, yeah.
Cool.
He's
busy man.
right in the industry.
Yeah. So this is kind of like like a lot of these guys. He's probably cooking up some new idea, but they did do this publishing initiative, and they sold around about 170,000. I think it's a good way of putting eyeballs on a book, actually. Like you know what I mean, like putting out a free issue, first issue. Like at least it gets.
Oh yeah. No, we've talked about how to kind of promote stuff, with comic books in general. This is a great way. Of course, people will buy in for sure.
And the people can sell it for whatever, like up to cover price, so they don't have to give it away for free. So there's no cost, no risk to the retailer.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, it looks like something called Unnatural Order, and it says this is like his first comic work in like almost 10 years. So.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, again, it's like he works in film and stuff, and again, up here are the screen actors and writers are still on strike. So yeah,
that's a good point. And sadly, the comic writers and artists aren't covered under the guild, so their work can continue. And which is good in one way for them right now, but in general, it's very bad for them. They're not part of a guild, and hence why there's been so many bad deals in comics over the years.
Yeah,
they're not protected. So anyway, I wonder how long the strike will go. It's really gone on for a while now.
It's been since like what was it, May or June? It's been going on, so it's been going on a few months.
Well, they're saying I think I asked this question to someone. They said it probably a couple of months or something. I don't know.
A couple more months.
Yeah.
Rich and I were taking bets on Signal. Obviously. Trying to profit off them. Obviously, it apparently contributed to Hugh Jackman's marriage collapsing.
Oh, really?
It was one of the reasons. Apparently, COVID, massive lack of interest from each partner, I guess, was also another reason. And then the writer's strike apparently was the final straw and broke the camel's back, which is odd, but there you go.
Yeah.
Just and we were speculating on his net worth, which I clearly put over 200 million. And Rich always forgets about the real estate. And I always say that to him. Think about the real estate, Rich. And start adding that up. and you're going to come to a pretty hefty number. And I actually said this, and I'd be interested to get your thoughts, guys. I said, okay, it's very tragic. The marriage fell apart, but marriages fall apart. Life goes on. Everyone's going to move on with their lives. Now, I said this. Okay, let's assume, for the sake of argument, let's assume it's a 50-50 split. Okay, which means he has to give a substantial amount of either cash or assets to her to, wash it away. That means he's going to need some really serious cash flow in the next few years, not just, big paydays, which makes me think Wolverine in Secret Wars beyond Deadpool 3.
Oh,
See, so I'm thinking the marriage split might not be a bad thing for Wolverine fans. I'm just putting it out there.
yeah.
I mean, it could happen because if you
Silver
think about
lining.
it, I mean, we just heard about this divorce, but maybe it's been in the works. Maybe that's why he agreed to Deadpool
Could be.
3.
It could be. Yeah, before
100%.
before the public.
100%. Wait, if you've been married 30 years, you don't divorce overnight. This,
No.
like all things, that crumbles over years. We know this.
Been
Probably
deteriorating for a
dead for
while.
10 years, And anyway, the point of the story is, forget about the personal. I'm just thinking about Wolverine. So it's a silver
Yeah, of
lining,
course,
Ray, as you said,
A silver lining. There's always a silver lining. And frankly, if you get more Wolverine, that's awesome.
Everyone's happy. He gets more money. She gets more money. We get more Wolverine.
Everyone's happy.
Dave's like silver lining out of their tragedy. What do I get out of this?
Yeah.
Well, who knows? For all we know, they're both perfectly happy in new relationships. We don't know. He could have some hot new young thing on the side.
Oh yeah,
So could
wasn't she older than him? So yeah,
she's
he might
she's in a six. She's about 67. She's a lovely woman and a great Australian, but sadly the marriage is over, and we can all move on to new partners. Like, they're not dead. She's still got cash.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's got more money than me. Right now, and I don't have him either. So it's not that bad. Just putting it out there, guys. This is most of the stuff I've got. I've covered all my news topics, so I'm good now.
Now we just see him sitting there smoking a cigarette.
I'm all good. Covered the headlights.
All right, so yeah, Scarlet Spider 5. I mean, it opens in the middle, man. You just see like Scarlet Spider chasing that van. The guys are like shooting at him and stuff, and
It is a fantastic, visceral adventure.
Beautiful artwork. Who's the artist? Pencils, Neil Edwards. Neil Edwards
Edwards,
fucking knocks it out of the park.
Very cool. Yeah. Like even the semi-realistic like faces as well. So like he's a very accomplished artist. I think it's really good. Like the opening kind of gambit is not too much filled with dialogue. It's all lets the action speak for itself. But I just love how Scarlet Spider is framed in this, he's so different from Spider-Man, so different from Ben Riley.
Yeah.
He's really a guy that he's
a hard charger. He's a hard charger. Yeah, no, I was ready. Something funny, guys. In the page where he's got the guy with the goatee and the bald head and he's going, "Where's the bomb?"
Yeah.
Okay. Then flick to the next page and look at this guy. He's bald with a beard. Then the next page is a police officer who's bald with a beard. And I was like, is this the same guy? Is this the same guy? I was there was a bit of confusion for me for a second.
And then the next shot of the dead police guy is the other bald guy again. It's like
I know. Yeah.
It's almost like the same expression on his face.
Noel
the O-ring.
But it's great stuff. Just what a hard charger he is, and I really think this is the best artwork that we've had on this book.
Oh, it's fantastic! It's really good art. Oh, well, I mean, issue 6 is really Stegman. I really
it's good
like
as well,
Stegman.
but I prefer this.
Yeah,
but also good to see a gratuitous Iron Man appearance as well. Iron Man he almost has a non-speaking role.
Well, he's not needed, is he? And that's awesome.
Flying around, taking his afternoon,
But I'm glad kind of Yost brings it up because it is a massive level threat, nuclear device. So why wouldn't you call all the others? So I'm glad that he didn't just like palm that off and have, this is like a Scarlet Spider adventure. So that was good.
We even saw Nick Fury.
Yes,
Nick
and
Fury
Daisy Johnson, Quake.
Yeah,
well. Yeah. Sorry, Phil, you were about to say something?
I was going to say, I mean, just the action in this, and Scarlet Spider, like threatening that guy, and even like stabbing him through the hand. I'm like, This is giving me some kind of vibes here.
Batman.
How about
Well,
the guy who just ate the gun and just killed himself?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about to say. I was about to say the violence. Well, let's talk about him. His introduction. Like he just shoots that security guard. I had visions of Die Hard. Well, back in the 90s or 80s
Yeah.
when violence and death was desensitized.
Good. I like it.
And here, the security guard is like, "What's going on? No, you can't go in. Bang, you're dead." And then,
Well, yeah, it's
and
not
the-
pussified, Ray. It's not pussified like today. PC culture today, like, oh, we can't show someone committing suicide. Yeah, someone might just do it. It's like, well, people are going to do it anyway. If someone's going to eat a gun, they're going to eat a gun.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about the security guard getting shot. But yeah. I mean, it's just so fun. It's like over the top.
I love it.
Violence.
This is what I need,
but-
frankly. You get points in a comic if you start doing this kind of shit.
And not only that, Dave, the blood splatter on the wall as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was one of my favorite comics I've read probably this year. I really enjoyed issue 5. I thought issue 5 was actually really good. And a step
Did it make
up.
you like? Yeah. Did it make you
It's a
like
step
Scarlet
up from-
Spider? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like Scarlet Spider. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I like Scarlet Spider, and I like how he hates the name as well. And
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
he
Yeah,
wants to be
everything
called Dark
about it.
Spider and stuff. Yeah, no, I like this guy, and but actually, I'll say this. I think this comic, instead of being issue 5, they should do that kind of at the start to grab readers. Because if I enjoyed this comic up to now, the first 4 issues, I've enjoyed them. But if I was a reader at the rack deciding whether or not to buy it, I'm not sure if I would have kept going. But if I'd read this issue, I would have kept going. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I think this is I think this is a tipping point issue that is. I think he really pulled his A game into line, and it was also very well serviced by art as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's excellent.
And again, it's like a one and done issue, which
I love.
You weren't getting a lot of,
I'm a big fan. I think some of my favorite Batman and Punisher issues of all time are one and dones, and I know it's less common now, but it wasn't. It used to be how it was done. Do you know what I mean? So it can be done, and I think this is a 22 pager, so it was very effective use of 22 pages. I mean, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. I think this is a really good issue.
Wow.
Of comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no hesitation there. And when it got to the end, I was almost like, man, give me more of this. So this really made me, like I said, this is probably, in terms of comics I've read this year, this would be in the top 3.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I like how it's based in Houston as well, and they're seemingly not very familiar with superheroes. So there's a level of groundedness. There's a bit where where Kaine and the police officer, they go to the University of Houston and they find a radiation leak, and then they're accosted by some gunmen. And one of them goes, "What the hell is that guy wearing?" I think it's really cool. Like, superheroes are like unknown. And I thought it was really fun. One of the other things as well, we should mention, I didn't realize Kaine talking to the spiders. That was a cool little thing. Like to actually find the bomb. I thought that was awesome.
I've got a question. Can normal Spider-Man do that as well?
No. At this point, Kane's got the powers of the other. It's all the mystical spider crap.
I thought I remembered.
That's why he has like those those stingers popping out.
Oh,
of
I thought I remembered like in Stradinsky's run or something. At one point, Spider-Man could hear.
Yeah,
spiders
Peter had that, and then by one more day, they took that off of Peter, and then
right. So
eventually they gave it to
okay,
Kaine.
right. Gotcha. It's a cool power, and I also love the way he's ripped the stuff out of the bomb. He's just like, "Fuck it, like we're gonna die."
Yeah, that was really, and they just laugh. That's so great because they just laugh, and it's
because the bomb, it was down to like 2 minutes or something. He's like, "Well, we're gonna die
go
anyway,
off."
So,
like why not? Like just try. Like
yeah.
It was really good. Excellent issue, frankly.
Yeah, no, I'd agree as well. Basically everything that Dave said. The shocking thing was that the gun in the mouth was a shocker, but they didn't hold back on anything. Just looking at Iron Man fly in and fly out was pretty funny. No, I really loved it. I think it's really kind of smart, compact issue.
Yeah, there should be more comics like this on the shelves.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, they're great advertisements for these characters that are definitely fringe, although he does have the advantage of being part of the Spider family, so it gives him a bit of an advantage. But excellent. And I've got to say, I really am liking this character and like the character that he's playing. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm glad now that it's what's his name, Kaine.
Kaine, yeah.
Because originally I thought this was just going to be no more Ben Reilly, and I was like, that's cool, but this surprised me actually because I didn't even know about the existence of this comic. And I will say, Christopher Yost, I have enjoyed over the years, mostly on Spider-Man sort of stuff here and there. I've read stuff from him before.
Yep.
And in general, I've liked his work when I've read it. You know. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I did, and I think Yost does some good dialogue too, because like when that cop's getting on him the whole time about being too violent and stuff, but then when they get shot at by all those gunmen and Kaine just leaps in and tells them, "Careful, you might hurt them," as the cop's firing back. It's like, okay,
like it's funny, like it's got a sense of humor,
funny.
which I like. You know.
Yeah.
No, it's like a darker sense of humor, what you should have for Kaine. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, he's and I was also interested at the end when they mentioned that the Grim Hunt people were coming back, like the Kravinoffs, whatever they were, the daughters of Craven. I was like, that's cool, because I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh, sweet,
Well, yeah, it just totally starts a kind of a new arc, which is very interesting. Like as we mentioned at the beginning, doesn't live up to this because this issue 5 because it was just so fun, but yeah, but it had its own merits as well. Issue 6.
Oh, definitely. I know. I like the next issue as well. And Ryan Stegman, I believe it's his final issue of art. I think they're saying that in the back they say that from now on he'll just be doing covers.
Okay.
And I've always liked his artwork. I think I've read a lot of his artwork on Amazing Spider-Man at times.
Okay.
I mean, I know his art, and I'm pretty sure that's where I know it from. And I really liked this issue as well. How it started in the nightclub and like he met her and she's like all crazy.
Yeah.
I'm leafing through it. It's another very strong issue, frankly. It's like I'd give this one a 7.5 to an 8, but that's not a bad issue when you think about it. Like,
Not at
a lot
all.
of these comics today are coming in, 3 out of 10s, bullshit 2 out of 10s. This is like an 8. Like, seriously, like. There's nothing wrong with his next issue at all, and it was a good change of pace. It shifted gears, and just looking, I liked how he got the tattoo as well. He got like the full sort of like upper sleeve tattoo, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, again, another marked difference for him, right? He's a bit more, I don't know what you call it, rebellious, or he's a little bit more.
He's a bit more hard. He's a bit more hard.
Yeah,
like he was a bit soft.
Not prim and proper.
Yeah. That's why I like. That's why I like him and Ben Reilly, because it's like you can do stuff that they wouldn't let you do with Peter Parker.
Exactly. Peter would never get an upper sleeve tattoo, or if he did, readers would fucking have a fit. It just would be out of character. You know what I mean?
Or like issue 5, they wouldn't let him go as hard as they did Kaine in that issue. No.
If he went if Peter Parker went that hard, there'd be a massive story arc about like why he's dancing with the devil and going crazy. Whereas this guy's just his nature. I'm liking this guy. Is he still alive in regular Spider-Man now?
I mean, he hasn't been making a lot of appearances, but I think Kaine is still alive. Yeah.
Man, this guy's good, dude. Like, I almost want to get a Marvel Legends, of him. I've got Ben Reilly. I've obviously got Peter. I've got about 3 Peters. Would be pretty cool to get I don't know. It's just cool. And I'm familiar with what's her name, Anna something or other,
Anna Selly or something. Oh no, yeah.
I know her from the Grim Hunt storyline, and for whatever reason, she's crazy now. She's nuts.
Oh, Ana Kravinoff, yeah.
She's gone nuts. She's lost control. Which he points to as well. She's gone a little psycho, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you'd take her home, basically, but it's a bit nuts.
But yeah, just like that
Isn't it
scene where she
nuts?
attacks him in the club, and just him walking through those flames. He's like, you
Yeah.
still poison me, and you're still no match for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she was
exactly.
hunting him because at first I thought it was just a random club encounter. I was like, why does she have a knife? But she was actually hunting him. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She's
I
hunting
thought
him,
they just
yeah.
bumped into each other at first. and I was
No.
just
She
like,
had eyes on him from the beginning.
Okay,
She's
so
probably
she'd
been
been tracking.
Actually, yeah, you can see her in the alleyway, right? When about 3 pages in. So
Okay. Well, you're a
yeah.
better reader than me. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I was like, wow, they just been in a club and straight at it. But
Yeah.
she's tracking him, and he wasn't taking any shit, and
Yeah, exactly.
it's pretty full on. But again, like the art is, I mean, having seen a lot of this guy's artwork, I think he always delivers. This Ryan Stegman to me, he's
Yeah, he
what I call a
does.
very solid artist.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah, he's very good.
Great cover too. The cover with her over the body.
Yeah,
in the grave, and it's just got Kaine Parker. That's actually a really cool cover.
yeah. I like the opening as well, because the whole idea about him gaining more exposure in Houston, he seems to be doing good for everyone, and you get everyone's different kind of perspectives on him. Like, he beat the hell out of this guy with a baseball bat like a criminal, which is again just showing how different he is from Peter. He swears. There's that old lady in the middle. That was
Just
hilarious.
complaining
Yeah, is that
about
for like the first or second issue? Yeah, remember when he said that old lady for the car, and he starts
Yeah.
screaming out, "What the f are you? What are you?"
Yeah, but
and she didn't
yeah,
like it.
nah, not at all. And then we get more on what's it, Anacelli, or what's it, Araceli, or
Araceli, yeah.
yeah. She's an interesting one because she is kind of evolving quite quickly. Like, she began not knowing English, and she can read his thoughts and moves or moods and all that. So she's kind of, I'm quite interested to see what happens with her.
Yeah, there's a good subplot with her. I agree. They're just kind of like they're seeding it in this issue.
Yeah, it's just so funny because she's like, "I see the darkness coming from for us all. Oh, do you want that pie?"
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
And actually, there was a good bit at the end with Madam Web, wasn't it? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, the little epilogues, and you had the teaser with Madam Web, and I thought that was pretty cool. And that's obviously the much younger Madam Web, who I imagine is going to be portrayed in this movie, Phil, by our favorite. Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney, yes.
Can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. That's going to be one Madam Web that I'm looking forward to. She's hot as hell, this chick. I'm looking at her right now.
See, I'm all wrecked now because anytime anymore I see like a hot picture of Jennifer Love Hewitt or Sydney Sweeney, all I can think of is Dave. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at pictures of her right now that I'm glad you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but all I can say is, I mean, I hope she brings some of that to Madam Web. Really make Madam Web a lot more interesting than she's ever been. What movie is it? Spider Woman? Ray, you must be all over this. Is it Spider Woman?
Madam Web.
No, it's a Madam Web movie. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's just Madam Web, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I still can't understand why we're getting a solo Madam Web movie, but anyway.
I think I think
I don't know.
Sony making movies with Spider-Man characters that who Marvel's at this point. It's just like, yeah, you can have that one.
Yeah. Look, the disappointing thing to me about that is I think you could make better Spider-Man movies with those characters in a Spider-Man movie. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like you really could build, like you could legitimately build a Spider-Man universe of movies, but you need Spider-Man in at least most of them, to some extent. That's just my opinion.
And again, I think they got bold, once those Venom movies came out and made some money. They're just like, oh, we could do this stuff without Spider-Man.
Yeah, but Venom has a lot of Venom. He's closer to Spider-Man, and he's got some cachet. Madam Web's got none.
But Phil has Kraven the Hunter. Has that come out yet? Or
no, not yet.
Because that's another film. It's like, what? What's the point?
I'll be going to see it. I'm a big Kraven.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Don't worry,
but I don't think
Ray, I got you, Ray.
What the F?
I don't think it'll do well, guys. I think it'll bomb.
No, I don't think. Yeah. I don't actually, to be honest, I don't think many superhero films like Blue Beetle. I'm assuming didn't do that well.
It did poorly. Watched it today. Actually, quite decent.
Oh, did you like it? Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's cheesy, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it? Do you reckon I could take Finn to it? He wants to see it,
Yeah,
but is it?
it's a kid's
Is it
movie.
violent? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
no, you go. Yeah,
It's no more violent than Iron Man.
Oh,
know?
okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. It's
Okay.
probably less violent. You know, it's
Yeah.
cheesy. It's almost a shame it bombed so badly because it's fine. You know what I mean? Like it's a
Yeah.
solid. I'd give it. Michelle said 6.5. I said 7.5.
Oh.
I enjoyed
Seven
it.
and a half. Wow. Okay.
I will say this: it is cheesy, but
Cheesy.
it's fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Like Shazam kind of thing.
much better
Cheesy.
than that bullshit.
Oh, is it?
Like
Oh,
I fucking hate Shazam. Like
okay.
yeah, no, it's way better than that, dude. It's more
Okay.
fun. You know, look,
Okay.
no one knows who Blue Beetle is, so it made no money. You know what I mean?
Well, and they
Right,
didn't, and they didn't promote it a lot.
No, they
man,
did. They did a
either.
poor
Yeah.
job of promoting it.
Yeah.
But as a movie, we enjoyed it. Actually, Dion saw it today as well, and he enjoyed it. So
Okay.
you
Okay.
go.
Cool. Yeah. Nice.
and
Oh,
I think Madam Web will bomb. I think Craven will bomb.
Oh, look, Sony have only got Across the Spider-Verse, that sort of stuff.
And Venom movies.
Are they doing a third one? Or
I don't know. I don't know if
I'm
I've
not
heard of
sure.
any
Oh,
third
okay.
Venoms. Yeah, no.
I would
Yeah.
think they eventually will.
Okay. Get Tom Hardy on board. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
both of the movies made money, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and
But
they were
yeah,
decent.
Across
I
the
enjoyed
Spider Verse is the big thing right now. Yeah.
it. It is. I
Oh,
loved it.
yeah,
I loved
massive.
it. I absolutely loved it.
I've seen
I-
like 97% of it.
Have you seen it? Oh, you've seen 97%.
Yeah, I just haven't seen the ending because I'm watching it with Finn and he gets
Okay.
distracted and stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's awesome. I think
Yeah.
it's visually amazing. And
it's
the
cool.
stories are great, and it's a really nice seamless tie-in with the first one.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
It's
Sorry,
good.
Phil. We are talking of course Scarlet
Spider-Verse.
Spider. Yeah, but I mean, tracking back to Scarlet Spider. One of the other things, did we mention it? I mean, Kaine saving Anna as well. That's that she points that out as well. He's gone soft. He actually got, he saved me. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I thought it was funny because I know Dave was asking about that costume before, and Kaine mentioning it's like, oh, what the hell did Julia Carpenter do to the suit? It used to like change its fancy colors, and now it's stuck in red, so everyone's calling him Scarlet Spider, which he hates.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was funny.
He even says something as well. I think it's towards the end here, isn't it? Or he mentions here, they're calling me Scarlet Spider now. Another man's name, a better man. So he actually admits that Ben Reilly is a lot better than him, which is good.
Oh yeah, it's on that splash page.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Is Ben Reilly better than him? I mean.
Well, I think Kaine's
I mean-
thinking that because Ben Reilly takes the higher moral ground. I think that's
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what he's saying. Yeah,
he's more whiny. I would say that. I don't know. Kaine went up a notch in my books with these two.
Kaine's
issues.
cool. He's awesome.
Yeah, I
He's
like
good.
Kaine. He's kind of more my. I just feel this. We have Peter. He is at the alpha. You know what I mean? He is the prototype kind of thing. These what do you call them? Sort of variants on him.
Yeah. Ben
Reilly to me is almost too much like him, whereas Kaine's quite different. Which I like. It's there's a contrast. Whereas Ben Reilly, he's very similar. You know what I mean? Like, whereas Kaine's way more of a hard charger.
Yeah, I mean the point of difference for Ben Reilly was, I guess earlier on, he was not confident, really not confident with himself. No, we saw those.
He was whining like a little bitch.
Issues.
We all know.
Well, again, too, he seems too much similar to Peter in that era because they pulled the whole let's replace the hero with somebody else in the '90s. So Ben actually was Spider-Man for a while, so he couldn't have too crazy.
Yeah,
but do you think that's why they turned him into Chasm?
That's just fucking terrible. I don't even want to think about that. That's just what
Ray,
I call creative.
That's like when people say Batman's your favorite character. Oh man,
No, that's just creative bankruptcy. That's just.
I'd like to see Kaine whoop this Chasm's ass. Because
I'm
I'm looking at him right now. He's just below Dave on the screen.
Yeah,
Just get him. Just kill
he
him.
sucks.
Yeah.
I will say this: it's a decent costume design for him. That's the only thing he's got going.
That's a good.
Like,
yeah, it's a good design.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a good design.
Just
Unlike
the
Spider-Boy,
horrible,
which is
the Spider Boy. Again.
Yeah.
You see, he's getting an ongoing series, not a mini series, an ongoing
Ridiculous.
series. That's what I said.
What is this Spider Boy? I can't believe it.
What kind of dirt does Dan Slott
Yeah.
have that they're just they just
Oh,
greenlight
it's
a
just
new
bullshit, man. Like
ongoing
that series
series for a character who's been around for 5 minutes?
Yeah, there's no need for it.
It's
And,
kinda
and
like,
frankly,
what's it-
no one's going to
like-
buy it past issue 1. You know,
It's kind of like
After
what
one,
was Bendis's thing? Was it Naomi? Wasn't and she
Oh,
got a
yeah.
TV show after well, she was
Yeah, that
like
was
less than
ridiculous.
5 years old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean she hadn't had
Yeah.
more than 10, 12 issues, and they're giving her a
Yeah.
TV show, which that's
And I will say this for research for the signal, I watched the first 2 episodes.
What was your verdict?
Look,
It was-
it was just a bit empty. It was okay, but it was
Okay.
just a bit empty. They didn't have much material, you know.
It was
they
Had
lacked-
all
slow.
had all the
It was so slow.
It was
the
slow.
story was
Yeah.
so slow.
It was. There wasn't much there, Ray. You know what I mean? It was like
Oh,
they were
yeah,
sifting over.
Again,
I've got
there wasn't like a ton of material for it. She had barely been in the comics. I think like Lil
The big thing was she a fan of Superman or something? I forget what, but she was a
Yeah,
fan of some other
yeah,
character. Like
Superman, yeah.
So what
they
did
were
they do?
just
Did they
struggling
did they
for
just-
material? You know?
Did they ring in cameos of more established characters?
No,
like, how
I
do
mean,
you?
really
No, they
couldn't.
just
No.
mentioned them. It was just
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
God, how do you keep that afloat? Oh,
Yeah,
Well, they
God.
didn't.
after a season, they
Nah.
couldn't. Yeah, no. Again, like
Yeah.
Lilith made the point. She's like, maybe they were trying to compete with Miss Marvel because that TV show was coming out at the time, and it's
Right.
like,
They're trying
well,
to tap into that. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to tap into that market.
Oh, is she kind of like a Miss Marvel? Is she kind
I
of
mean,
like
she's a teenage girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of basically she was black, she was sort of bisexual, and ticking a lot of boxes, but it was all done in a very sort of lame way. Like it was very soft pedal stuff. You know?
Yeah, that doesn't do much good for the publisher, for DC. You know, it's not a good look. Yeah.
No. I will say this: the people in the show, you felt if they'd had better material, probably would have done okay.
They were
It was
okay.
just-
So decent
they just
actors.
They didn't have. It just didn't have any real sort of material. Like it was just sort of like a very bare bones concept. You know?
Yeah, right.
Because that's what we even said. We're like, if they wanted to do a female character of color, there were so many more established characters at DC who had been around for much longer.
100%. Yeah. No doubt. And I would be 1000% supportive of that. They picked the wrong thing. And of course, as usual, it was just go with whatever Bendis' latest bullshit is. And that was what it happened to be at the time, you know. He was churning out plenty of crap at the time. Like it wasn't just Naomi. Legion of Superheroes was fucking terrible with him at the wheel. And he was just pumping out lots of crap at the time, you know?
Yeah. I was gonna say, where's he at now? I don't know. He's not at DC anymore. I mean, they trumpeted his he's coming to Superman and all this.
Bendis is coming was a big ad.
All his stuff has gone to Dark Horse. All his creator-owned stuff has gone to Dark Horse, and they've set up a whole imprint for him. And I believe he's got regained ownership of like Powers, for example. It's all gone to Dark Horse. So they basically took him in as soon as his DC contract elapsed. That's where he went.
Because I was going to say, did you see they're starting up Ultimate Spider-Man again here in a few months? And he's nowhere to be found. So
Jonathan Hickman is going to be doing it. I read, you know.
Yeah, because they're restarting the Ultimate Universe. Yeah.
Do you guys have any interest in that? Like, I loved the original Ultimate Universe. Will you know?
I initially didn't, but you've just got me there with Ultimate Spider-Man thinking, maybe I should dip into it. Jonathan Hickman, that's a bit different. Like, you know, because the Ultimate Avengers or something has already come, hasn't it, Phil? There was a title just now.
Ultimate Invasion.
Yeah, they're doing
Invasion,
Ultimate Invasion now, where basically,
is that any good? Is it?
I mean, it's still going on, but it's like the maker, the Ultimate Reed Richards is basically trying to monkey with their history and stuff. Yeah,
is it good? Like you read it?
It's kind of interesting if you're into it, like that kind of stuff. Like we did a couple of issues. It's not terrible.
It looks like maybe they're trying to like change something with Tony Stark and stuff, Dave. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I missed the boat with I missed the boat with the whole Ultimates before, so I might be worth.
Put it this way, I will go on record. I think the original Ultimate Spider-Man, probably the first 50 issues, fantastic. And the original Ultimates, the first 2 series, that awesome. They never reached those heights after that.
The Ultimates, the further they went, it just started.
But like I read, first, say, 12 issues, fantastic. Really good.
I've enjoyed the Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man one. That's really cool.
It was good. And I think it'll be very, very, honestly, very hard to replicate that success.
Okay. Well, like anything, like any of their retreads. Yeah, retreads. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Look, I will say this: Jonathan Hickman, in general, an interesting writer. In general, and what I've read of Ultimate Invasion, for someone who, like, I read a lot of Ultimates. I embarrassed to say, I read all the Ultimate X-Men, for example. I read.
Wow.
Like, so I had read most of it, and so I have sort of an interest, and for someone with kind of an interest, it was interesting. But if I hadn't read any of it, it wasn't like I doubt I would be going. I'd be going, who,
Yeah, okay.
Also, am I the only one who confuses Xavier with the fucking Maker now? Because of,
they look the same, don't they?
Yeah, he wears the thing all the time.
Like, the same.
I constantly kept thinking, like, is Maker an X-Men now? And it's like, no, it's Xavier, like, because he never takes that fucking helmet off.
That's ending though, isn't it? The end of X or whatever.
I hope they blow up the fucking island.
Yeah. They've kind of done the fall X, but I don't know how long that's going to take. But a lot of the.
I don't know how long that's going to take. Phil doesn't sound too inspired.
I just hope they put a nuke and blow up the whole fucking island. And
I told you before, like I'm just starting to dip into it, and it's it's good. I mean, I'm reading in the House of X and the Power of X.
In the beginning, it was good, Ray, but it's like they drug it out. It's another one of those things like they did with the Clone Saga, where it's like I think Hickman said he had like a 3-act thing, and they got to Act 2, and they're like, no, keep it going, dude.
They should have done. They should have. Ray, the beginning is good, okay, but the problem was they decided they wanted to get every fucking sub team and spin off everything. And
the Marauders, ex-Marauders, and
there's
so much power.
There's a ton of spin-off books, and once one ends, they start up another one. I mean, some of them are good. Like X-Force is good.
It is good.
Yep. Yeah, I'd like to read X-Force. Yeah.
But honestly, Ray, overall, I
think it might be. It's definitely it's definitely relegated for Marvel Unlimited for me. So I'm not going to
do that. Yeah.
Collect anything. I'm just going to read it. But
yeah, that's fine. Why not?
Oh hey, Dave. I know this would be up your alley. Did you read Weapons of Vengeance? It was like a Ghost Rider crossover.
I've read half of them. I've got them on my iPad. Okay. I've enjoyed it. It's cool. This week we did on the show. We did Predator versus Wolverine.
I got my copies today. I can't wait to read it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't read it yet. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Wow.
Rich and I both enjoyed it. And
nice.
Look, it's not great. It's not great. But
it's only issue 1. So yeah,
it's pretty good. Like I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I
thought I'll take that. I'll take that. So
if only there's some podcast where I could listen to get a review of that.
Funny you should mention. Yeah.
Well, Seagull of Doom.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
Are you talking about Ray's Predator?
Yes, I was thinking. Yes, I was thinking of Predator and P-Ray. Yes,
P-Ray. We're definitely going to be covering that. I can't wait.
I'll be interested to hear what you guys think. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I mean, because I know you're big fans of both of the characters, Dave. So
man, they could run it for 100 issues, and I'd be happy. It does. I won't give any spoilers, but it does some cool time jumps and stuff.
Okay, nice.
So I think. Look, as far as I was,
the art looks good.
Even
as
Rich gave it a grudging pass mark, whereas I enjoyed it more. But Rich, he hates everything, so
so that's a win.
To even give it kind of grudging, it's not too bad. That means it's actually not too bad. It's pretty good.
Why is he so hesitant? Why is he so hesitant to give praise? Where I don't understand.
Rich,
yeah.
Just a grumpy South African.
Yeah.
Wait. So Dave is the bright, optimistic one?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I am.
He is. Dave is.
I'm not fucking hyping shit. Seriously, I'll slam stuff, But I'll slam stuff, and like I don't mind calling out creators and stuff. Like fuck them, they're not gods.
C.B.
But at the
Cebulski.
same time, I praise a lot of stuff
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
show.
Dave does. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fickle. I turn on a fucking dime. You know,
there.
unless it's Chuck or something like that. Then
yeah.
keep it-
Or
keep it-
Mike Barron. Mike Barron,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Barron, absolute legend. Well, Chuck and Mike, they pump out gold, but you know, I mean, I can't. I've lost count of the number of times I've taken shots at Tom King, you know, or Brevoort, or that coward C.B. Cebulski.
Or that hack Zeb Wells.
Yeah, Zeb Wells.
Oh, that was
I mean,
that's me.
he's beneath my contempt. You know,
Actually, Phil, I'm up to date with ASM, and I must say I really enjoyed. I think it might be the latest issue where Spider-Man hunts Craven. It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that? Have you read that one?
He's been infected with the evil side of
Yeah.
Norman Osborn.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
he's
good.
like torturing Craven now. He's like,
Yeah,
you
very
I'm gonna
good.
pair you.
It was very much a homage to J.M. DeMatteis.
Oh yeah, you could tell
the
even with
run.
like the text boxes and stuff. Oh yeah.
It was so good. Yeah,
that's cool.
So yeah. Anyway,
well, I mean, he had one good issue in him at least. So
exactly. Yeah.
like,
Wait, no, I know, Dave. That there's that one, and he had like a 2-parter or a 3-parter with Doc Ock, which was really cool. So Doc Ock has got these really cool. His tentacles, his old existing tentacles are now kind of mutinied against him, and he's got these new. I love the new tentacles. The little they're little slimy robots that connect together.
I
I
don't
think
think
it's
those
awesome.
are tentacles.
Yeah, I think it's great. So anyway,
did you read the one issue was oversized Ray when
31?
Tombstone's daughter's getting married?
That's an awesome issue. I love that issue.
Well, I knew Tombstone in there.
Yeah,
he got shot up, Ray. What you think of that?
Yeah. Well, I was surprised. It's was it Assassin? His name was Shotgun or something, wasn't it? Or he was some dude on a bike. Yeah.
Shotgun's an old Punisher character.
Yeah. Well, he come in and shot Tombstone, and
Shotgun's from memory, I think he was the British Punisher, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I could be wrong there, but he was definitely a Punisher character.
I remember the British Punisher, Dave. That's bringing back. Anyway, no, I love that issue, Phil. That was good. 31 was good. So recently, Zeb Wells' stuff has been good. Not all of it, but yeah, definitely mediocre up into the lead up to it. So.
And then did you see the end of this year into the beginning of next year, they're doing that Spider-Man gang war event where Tombstone's going to be in there. Yeah.
Well, that issue 31 of ASM is the springboard, is basically the catalyst for it all, right? So the fact that they invaded his daughter's wedding and that they attended his wedding, but there's a lot of betrayal happening. So I can imagine it's all going to culminate.
But did you see that too?
Shotgun is not the British Punisher. I believe that guy's name is Nigel Lawson from memory. But this guy is he's from Vietnam. He's black and he's on a mean weaponry.
Come on, Dave. I thought you were the Punisher expert. Come on.
Well, the reason I got confused is that Punisher arc. They did a riff on the Reign of Superman, and they had all these different Punishers trying to be Superman, trying to be the Punisher. And to be honest, it's like 30 fucking years ago, if not more. So sorry, guys.
No, I remember the English Punisher as well. Yeah. That was.
I think I'm correct in saying his name's Nigel Lawson.
Rings a bell, but yeah,
that's all right. I know, Dave. Your memory is not what it used to be.
Definitely not, man. All the drugs I did in the '90s caught up with me.
But that gang war coming up. I mean, it's a big crossover between Amazing Spider-Man, Miles Morales. You get the start of a new Spider-Woman series, Ray.
Well, Steve Fox has come back to say that although it was announced, I think they erroneously called it an ongoing. He said that there's definitely the mini, but he's saying if you really want the ongoing, you've got to buy the the gang war thing. So maybe it's just a ploy to get people to buy it. But I'm hoping there's an ongoing. We'll see.
Yeah. But I mean,
Luke Cage, Shang-Chi
series in there. There's a Daredevil miniseries in there, which it's Elektra as Daredevil in that.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to Gang War. Should be good.
Nigel Higgins is the name of the guy, by the way. There you go.
You were close. So
Nigel,
you were thinking.
I knew it was Nigel someone.
You were thinking of Nigella Lawson, weren't you?
I was, and I often think of her. So, think of her wearing her crumpets and all that
Oh,
stuff.
I'm gonna pull a Dave Finn here. Speaking of Daredevil, yes, stay tuned for an upcoming Capes and Lunatics episode where I talk to the new Daredevil writer, Saladin Ahmed.
Oh,
like it.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it.
Saladin Ahmed. Yeah, that's news. I can't wait. I've
I've always got time for an
Yeah.
ad insert inside
Yeah.
of the podcast. Apropos of nothing, check in next week. So you've got the new Daredevil writer on your show. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. I'm talking to him tomorrow. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's awesome. He's a cool
great.
writer. Yeah.
That's good.
He did Miles Morales and Black
Yep.
Bolt, most notably. So yeah, cool.
Black Bolt.
Nice. Yeah, no, that
Doesn't
was
say
that was a very neat run, Dave. That was a few years ago, but with Christian Ward. I think it was.
Yeah, I have heard good things about it actually.
Yeah, that was a good run.
So I'm going to give issue 6. I'm giving issue 6 a 7.5, and I'm giving issue 5 a 9.
I'll go a bit different to you, Dave. I'd say 9 for issue 5 and 7 for issue 6. I did enjoy 6, but didn't really push any buttons for me. It was
it's a lot
it
of
was good,
setup because Craven will show up here later.
Yeah.
It was a big setup issue.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to more. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it, guys. Like it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I like it when things reveal, like it reveals a little bit more about Kaine, just indirectly in the storytelling, and that was very much so in issue 5. Issue 6, it was good, but yeah, right, it's a setup, so Yost could only do so much, but the art was really good. So yeah. How about you, Phil? What would you give it?
I think I'm closer to Dave. It's probably a 9 for 5 and probably a 7.5.
7.5, okay.
For number 6. Yeah.
Well, we're pretty close. Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah. I mean, 9's all round for issue 5. I mean, that's got to tell listeners to go read it. It's on Marvel Unlimited. Yeah, or your trades or your collections if you have it. It's definitely worth reading. It's like a hidden gem for me.
I think this whole run is I definitely didn't know about it, I'll be honest.
This run is solid.
Yeah,
this run is actually solid. Like, we've done 6 issues already, and all of them have been really good.
It'd be interesting to get Christopher Yost on the show, and chat to him and stuff. Because I mean, he did plenty of good stuff when he was writing comics, and the fact now that he's dipping his toe back in and releasing a comic, I'm sure he's available to do some press.
Yeah, absolutely.
But have to reach out to him. But I wonder where he lives in this country, because I'd be like, "Hey, are you free on an early Sunday morning?"
Maybe he's in Australia. We don't know.
Oh,
so he worked on Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok, and on The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's what makes me think it might be a bit hard to get him once they hit the show business. The showbiz industry, it's a bit harder to get hold of them.
He did a lot of work on the animated stuff, like Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
He's big on Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I remember his name pasted all over it. So
I didn't know any of this, man. I'm coming in fresh.
No, sorry, Ray. Sorry, Ray. He's one of ours. It says he's an American film television animator.
Oh no, I was only joking that he's living in Australia or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but they're on strike, so he might have more time. Yes, and he wrote. Thank you. He wrote X-Force, and I had the hard covers, and I believe I'm correct in saying the final issue of one of the hard covers ends with Domino giving Wolverine a blowjob on the back of a motorcycle, and I actually think I'm not making that up. I believe that actually happened, and I always remember that as a
last time you said that Domino sleeps with Wolverine, and then now it's been escalated to her giving him a blowjob while he's on a motorbike.
I think I'm right.
Really?
She either it's one of two things. She either straddles him for penetration, or it's a blowjob. I mean, it's one of two. I swear. Get him on the show.
Did Yost, Dave, if memory serves, was Yost after the Remender run of X-Force? No, it was before it. Okay.
Yeah, no. And I bought the hard covers, and it actually had it had artwork by someone. If it wasn't Salvador LaRocca, it was someone like that. It was a really distinctive art style. It was a very distinctive art style. I had the hard covers. And they were pretty good. It was a pretty good story.
Man, I love X-Force. I've got to read more X-Force.
Honestly, do yourself a favor and find that. I'm sure it's on Marvel Unlimited.
No.
And also be interesting to see if my memory of this so-called straddling or blowjobs actually real or just my
Awesome.
imagining, because it could be
I'm gonna go
potentially
check
my
it out.
fever dream that I've got
You know,
going on here.
and then all of a sudden, Jennifer Love
mind.
Hewitt. All of a sudden, Jennifer Love Hewitt appears. Is that right, Dave?
Sure.
And Marlene's
Well,
there as well.
I mean, you can still
Maybe.
catch her on. You can still catch her on 911. She's still on screens, and
yeah.
she's still looking good. Still looking real good.
Just incidentally, Phil, I just got to let you know I'm back on DC Infinite.
Oh,
So,
nice. Okay.
Good.
yeah. Actually, I don't think I ever unsubscribed. To be honest,
I like this. I like this.
I thought I
use it a lot more than
yeah.
Marvel, frankly.
I thought I unsubscribed, but they were still charging me. So, you're making full use of it. So, anytime you have a Black Canary episode, Phil, you're there.
Oh my.
Sex on the mind.
Black Canary.
Black Canary, yeah. Started
I'll
reading
tell you
some
what,
of some of her
read-
minis. It's pretty good. Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
got some
yeah.
good stuff. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Lilith and I did a while back did some Black Canary, and it seemed to pique Ray's interest for some reason. Yeah.
Well, she's good in Birds of Prey and in Green
Oh
Arrow
yeah,
as
there's.
well.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a new Birds of Prey book. There's only one issue out so far. Kelly Thompson's writing it. I did the
Oh.
interview with her. Yeah.
Oh, Kelly Thompson, sign me up. Yeah. Might be one of the only
I
DC
enjoyed it.
comics I get. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
show Kelly Thompson Richard's review of that issue.
Okay.
I would probably block that from the internet.
Let me
if
guess.
she was getting-
Surprise! He wasn't happy.
he had some problems. I don't
Okay.
remember what it was, but I know he was a very angry South African. I
Oh, yeah.
personally really
Yeah.
enjoyed it, so I don't know
Yeah,
what he was
okay.
complaining about. But he's an old man now. You know what I mean? Like he's an old man shouting at clouds. Let's face it. You know?
Exactly.
Well, again, some people weren't happy. It wasn't like a classic lineup. I mean, for Black Canary's there, but it's like Harley Quinn, Big Barda.
Actually,
yeah.
that
But you
reminds
love
me,
Harley
yes,
Quinn.
He was. I love Harley. That's why he was complaining. Now it's coming back to me now. Yeah, he was moaning about that, and I was like,
Oh,
dude,
look.
I've read Birds of Prey that has all sorts of people in it, like over
Yeah.
the years. Like, calm down. for
New,
fuck's sake.
as a newbie, I don't care. I'm up for it. Whatever. I don't care. I don't even know what the other
Dude,
lineup was. So,
frankly,
yeah.
I enjoyed the issue. I thought it was one of the stronger
Okay.
issues we covered the last month or two. So
Oh, I might check
yeah,
it out.
And I, in general, like Kelly Thompson's work.
Yeah,
Also,
she's
the
great.
art was very good. I really liked the artwork as
yeah.
well.
I find
And
DC.
I even like Big Barda in it. I like Big Barda.
Yeah.
So getting her in that was, I think, cool.
I find like my limited exposure to DC. Generally, they have really good artists on. Like,
Yeah.
they've got basically a really good artist pool.
They
Yeah.
do a lot better than Marvel do overall. Like some of the Marvel fucking art makes me want to take that gun the guy had in issue 5 and just put it in my own mouth and end it because like it's just that.
You have
bad.
20 minutes. Bang.
Just ate it. Yeah, guys. I don't know what else is to say.
No, that yeah.
no.
Enjoy it.
9 and 7s and all round. So
Sevens.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so let's get out of here. All right, so before
Another highly focused episode, Phil, on Scarlet Spider.
I know,
focus.
Yeah.
Lot of
All right,
focus.
so for the next couple weeks, Lilith will be back, and we're going to cover the Lobo brothers from the 90s. So we're going to get Mutant Werewolves for October. You also get the Chameleon and Hammerhead going with the War with the Kingpin in there. You get, I know someone will be happy. Yeah, you get Joe Robertson in prison with Tombstone.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, love it. Love it. Bring it on. Bring on to me. Cold as ice, hard as marble. That's it.
That's him.
What a call. What a call.
He loves that. Okay, but yes, and then at the end of the month, we're gonna push back the next Scarlet Spider for a month. So in October we'll get 2 episodes at the beginning and the one at the beginning, one at the end of Scarlet Spider because
Guys, I'm gonna speak in whispers now, just like Tombstone.
Jesus.
ASMR Ray. All right, that's right, because the end of October, our 250th episode, Lilith and I are going to do an episode all about Norman Osborn. So
cool. That's cool.
Ozzy.
One of the greats, Norman Osborn.
Oh
yeah. I love
One
it
of
how
the
he's
all-time
good.
greats.
I love it how he's good now, and everyone just wants to make him bad.
Is he
So
good?
everyone, yeah. But everyone, like the Sin Eater, took away all his badness. But Doc Ock, and then who was the other one more recently? Tried to make him bad. Craven.
Yeah.
They're all just trying to make him bad again.
Let him be bad. He wants to be bad, really. Come on.
Well, speaking of Ock, did you see they're starting up Superior Spider-Man again?
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's interesting.
That
That's actually interesting.
yeah.
I would.
I like
that's
Superior
cool.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, because I
I
think
loved
in
it.
like what is it, like 2 weeks or something? There's a one shot coming out, and then they're doing like a new ongoing again. So
Is
yeah,
it set
Love
back
it.
when he was Spider-Man?
no,
or
I
is
think
it-
it's in the present. They're not saying how he's coming
Cool.
back, but I think it's going to be set in the present.
Nice.
So
Oh, there's
I
so
would
much to
actually
get.
check that. That would actually be a Marvel title I would happily check out.
Yeah.
I love Superior Spider-Man. It's cool.
yes,
It's
so
awesome.
that is coming here soon. So all right, so yeah, send us your thoughts again. Lilith will be back, so be prepared,
desert.
kids.
From the
Mhm.
desert with a bottle of tequila in hand, maybe.
A worm in a hand.
Jesus.
Tequila in one bottle of tequila in one hand, and a severed head in the other. All right, so
Jeez.
Love it.
yes. Send us your thoughts, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And again, you can find all the episodes, social media, merchandise, and a link to our Patreon where, yes, join the Patreon elite like certain someone down there
Yep.
when he's not busy on Marvel Snap. All right, so find us all.
Champions.
Find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right, Marvel Champion. Where can people find you in all your shows?
Thank you, Phil. I didn't expect you to ask this at all. Please just follow the handle at RayRayPod, REY Pod, and you can catch me there. Ask me any questions on comics, Moon Knight, Spider-Woman, Predator, of course, Scarlet Spider, and of course, Marvel Champions or Marvel Legendary. Also, as well, if you have any inkling towards following the West Tigers, please contact me straight away as we need all the help we can get. Thank you.
And I beg you, please send him questions for
Batman, my favorite character.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, Signal of Doom. He's hot. He's
Yep.
fresh. All right. Where can we?
Greatest show on the internet. Obviously, check us out. We're beaming weekly from the Swamp. Me and Rich. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter on Signal of Doom. We're on all the podcast apps. There's no excuse anymore, guys. Check it out. I mean, I'm on my best behavior here on this show. On my own show, I'm not. I say
Oh, it gets
actually,
nuts
I
over there,
won't
kid.
even. I won't even tell you. I'll tease this. I had a near-death experience last week, and it made me think. From now on, I'm not going to filter anymore. I survived
Oh.
near-death experience,
No.
and I said to myself, from now on, if it's in the head, I'm just going to say it. That's it
Yeah.
from now on. So,
From now on.
from now on, the censors have been removed. So that's all I'll say. So check out Signal.
Listeners, check out Signal. It should be up there with Beethoven's Fifth through the space airwaves or whatever that they're
agree.
broadcasting to aliens. Signal of
agree.
Doom, Beethoven's Fifth.
That's it, man.
They listen to Signal of Doom. They're gonna be like, take us to your leader, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Please
Exactly.
take me. Take
Hey,
me.
Yeah. We must kill this Braveheart and Sabelski. Who are these people?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
where is your greatest
Exactly.
warrior, Frank Castle?
Exactly.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Brevoort stumbled across an episode where I was just ranting? He's just like, who the fuck is this guy? And I'll be like, yeah, that's right, Brevoort. I've got your fucking number. And your fucking hat.
Oh, man. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. I don't know what this was, but thank you for joining us. Again, Lilith will be back within days.
Welcome back, Lilith.
Hope you're very rested, Lilith. We're gonna hit the ground running. Logo Brothers.
Ooh, yeah.
But until then, swing on back. He can't flip it. He's too busy playing.